You ready? You ready to go? The people are waiting. The people are waiting. Ready? Simon and Garfunkel, right? Crazy. Hello, everybody. No rapping, exactly. Danielle knows. Champy, no rapping. It's not a hip-hop house, okay? We're singer-songwriter. Americana right down the pipe, you know? You know what I'm saying? Source Camp. Who knew I would rush to the phone every night at 9 o'clock to hear a dog? And Champy sings too. Ba-dum-bum. He's done. Is this place I can rest my poor head? Gather my thoughts and sweet silence. And is this place where the feelings are dead? From an overexposure to violence. And is this place I can slowly face? The only one I truly can know. These are tears from a long time ago. Got these tears from a long time ago. I think this key is just a little too high. Sitting in this lonely town, wonder when things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. All right, people. I got to sing part of a song without a dog in it. People are like, bring the dog back. Oh. Random thoughts. TK. Eek. Minnesota Firefighters Museum hired me as their ED. This group helped me get there. He's ED as in executive director? Holy shit. Congratulations, TK. That's amazing. Just I'm telling you. Dick around with AI, talk about it, and good shit happens. I'm telling you. My job is done here. It's like, I'm telling you. I just finished working. I don't know if Cindy Kuhn's in here. Finished working on a chapter on a book she's putting together. And it was like it inspired me because it just made me realize that this is we're in an amazing time in history. Lab 5 Futures, Cindy Kuhn, what's shaking? She's a rock star. There's a lot of rock stars in here. This is a cool group. All right, listen, there's only 50 people in here. What the fuck are we doing? Let's get sharing this thing. Follow the channel. Share this thing. Okay, if you're new here, here's who you share it with. You share this channel, even if you're not even sure. You're like, I don't even know if I like AI, Kyle. I don't know why I'm here. Well, you stopped, so now that you're here, fuck it. Share this channel with people in your TikTok thingy that you know if you share it with, it'll piss them off. That's who you want to share it with.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
They'll be like, why are you sending me AI stuff? You sent me something. It was like some old man on TikTok talking about AI. What the hell are you doing? Are you into this AI stuff? What are you doing, Sally? You like AI? Is that what you're into now? You're like into AI? You pervert. You prevert. Oh, Steve-O. I'm driving, so just listening. Unacceptable, Steve-O. Just listening. The AI Learning Lab is not a passive experience. This is not entertainment. It's an ASMR channel. I'm even ooging myself out. I can't stand it. ASMR. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. All right. Now we're getting some folks in here. This is good. This is good. Welcome, everybody. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. What we do here is we learn about labs. No. We learn about... I don't know what the fuck we learn about, quite honestly. But we will talk about cool stuff. Never do that again. I know. I got some neurospices in here who don't... Yeah, we're going to need you to go on ahead and come on in on Saturday. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. I can't really reply unless I'm at a stoplight. Exactly. It's not that you can't participate, Steve-O. It's just that you need to choose when to participate. We value your safety, but come on, listen only? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, this channel is funny. This channel is funny. All right, I haven't seen Allie the Lab lately. I got Larry the Hedgehog here, but wait, this is right near in the images where Allie the Lab is. I put her up the other night. Here she is. There's Allie. Allie the AI Learning Lab. Come on, what is going on? All right, see? Look at that. She's so cute. Look how clever we are. We can do play on words and everything here. I thought a lab was a laboratory. Why isn't he wearing a white coat? You'd think he'd be wearing a white coat. Is he a researcher? Do you think he has a degree? What are his qualifications? Does he have any qualifications? Why am I here? Why am I listening to this? What is this about? Is he ever going to talk about AI? Does he talk about anything? What does he do? Why is he making fun of me? That's not how I really talk, is it? La da 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 da. We learned about Kyle's ADHD. That's pretty much it. Welcome to Chat ADD. Happy to educate you about how brains other than your functional piece of shit brain works. Oh, you've got executive function. Well, aren't you special? Why don't you enjoy your to-do lists, you overprivileged wanker? All right, so here's what we actually do here. If you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. Yesterday, the GPT store launched. Being that a bunch of people in here have made GPTs, there was grand excitement. And it took me, so to give you a sense of my, how quick I am at this, it took me about 90 minutes to figure out, as I was showing my GPTs and strangers' GPTs, that I could also be showing people's GPTs from in here. So it took me about 90 minutes to figure that out yesterday. So tonight we can get to that a little quicker and show off some people's GPTs if we want to do that. We can also, if you don't know what a GPT is, we can explore that. We can make a GPT. I try to let these evenings kind of steer themselves based on what you guys want to do. So pop the comments below. Where do I start from the very beginning? All right, perfect, Skydream. Let's do that. Let's assume that there's some folks in here that are starting from the very beginning. Okay. So, I'm trying to think even where to start. I think where to start is this. Go there. To this link tree. And the very top link here is the AI Salon community. And the AI Salon community is a group that I started. This channel is kind of an extension of this community. And here it is. When you go to that first link, you're going to go to our Mighty Networks channel. And first place I want you to go when you get there is the little area called Welcome to the AI Salon, and learn about us. And so basically, this is a group. If you're into this AI stuff, if you're curious about this AI stuff, you're like, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. All that sort of stuff. This is the group for you. Even if you're advanced, we've got people in here been in this for 30 years. We've got people that have been in this for 30 minutes, and everyone in between. And the whole idea here is that this generative AI stuff, the stuff everyone's talking about, ChatGPT and all this stuff, where it feels like it's overhyped, right? You're like, this is just a bubble, right? This is going to be over soon. I don't have to think about this, right? No, it's not. And that's kind of what this group is about, is saying, okay, regardless of what you think of AI from a moral, ethical, technical, anything standpoint, this stuff is here, and it's getting more powerful, and it's accelerating. And the people that are getting curious about it and getting AI literate, good things are happening to them. There's a lot of opportunity if you get educated about this stuff. And so this group is really just a group trying to figure this stuff out together, okay? So we're kind of on this adventure together. And we've got values, things like curiosity. Like, we want people in here that are curious. Like, yeah, I want to figure this stuff out. And people that are generous. Hey, not only do I want to figure this out, here's something I figured out. Take a look. You know, sharing what you're learning. We want people that are explorers and adventurers. We want people that are collaborators. We want people that are inclusive and willing to bring, people in from all walks of life, because this AI stuff is going to impact everyone. So people are going to be coming in who are accountants and storage unit managers, like Jim Ross. He's in the storage business. He is all over this AI shit. You want to get inspired by someone who, like, from a resume and job description standpoint, you'd think there's no way they're into AI. He's killing it with AI. And awesome, right? Things like that. And then empathy. We want people that are willing to recognize this AI stuff's scary and it's intimidating, and people are pissed off about it and people are excited about it. And just really understand that everyone's in their own little place on the journey, okay? So if these values resonate with you, these are your people. They won't judge you. They won't say, oh, you're just starting. No. Oh, you don't know Perl or Python or HTML 17.6 CSS flavor orange? Loser. This isn't that group. This group's cool. This group probably is probably right there with you. I don't know what CSS flavor orange is. Is that a thing? I haven't heard of that. I found out yesterday there's a programming language called R. I didn't even know that was a thing. Someone made a whole GPT about it. We looked at it yesterday. All right. So that's that. And then what's in this? Like what do you do here? Well, first thing you do is you go introduce yourself. So you go to the community section, you introduce yourself. Then you go to show and tell, and you just look at, so a llama stole my GPT, retropunk. Oh, that's good. You make my life so much better. Oh, thank you very much. That's very sweet. I think the security camera footage of the llama dude is what's really making your life better. That's good, Retropunk. So go to show and tell. So what the show and tell channel in the... Oh, that's from my I have a GPT for making 70s muscle car posters for your bedroom because I'm a fucking child. That's actually a cool one. This is just kind of a jam. Like as we hang out here tonight, you can make images and toss them up there. You can share your GPTs. You can do that. You can also, there's a water cooler discussion if you just want to chit chat about stuff. There's a news channel. If anything cool's happening, pop it in there. There's an AI tools and resources. So this gets to where we were going. Someone said, well, where do I start from the very beginning? Where you start from the very beginning is go to the AI tools and resources channel and then go to the top AI tool Salon or AI tool picks. And where we start, where I think you should start, where I think everyone should start is ChatGPT. Well, everybody talks about ChatGPT. Why is everybody talking about ChatGPT? Aren't there other things? I heard Microsoft has a thing. Doesn't Google have a thing? Aren't there other things? What about Pi? Have you heard of Perplexity? Yeah. All that. All those are here. They're farther down the list. Okay? There's plenty here for you to go explore. Yes, we've heard of them. But where do you start? Start with ChatGPT. See where it says still the best? They came out November 30th, 2022, and no one's caught them yet. Some people say they're close, but no one's caught them, okay? I'm figuring in 3 to 5 weeks, Google's going to come out with something that might challenge these guys. But we'll have to see. ChatGPT 3.5 is the free version. It's still really good, and there's good stuff there. But ChatGPT 4 is $20 a month, and it is beyond worth it. In my opinion, assuming you can afford $20 a month, if you can give up 3 cups of coffee from Starbucks a month, I hate that argument, but it's really true in this case. $20 a month for ChatGPT is the best investment in your future I can think of. Like, pay the $20 a month and learn this shit. Learn all the stuff that's in it. So, and I'll show you, it's got text generation, it's got access to the internet, it's got this thing called Code Interpreter, which is amazing. It's got GPT Vision, which means it can see and interpret images. It's got DALL-E 3, which means it can generate images. You can create and share these things called custom GPTs, which is what the GPT store is all about. And that's what a lot of people in here have done. So there's lots and lots of stuff to do there, okay? So start with ChatGPT. We can go look at other stuff, but let's go to ChatGPT. Let me log in here. Hello, GPT. How you doing tonight? Yeah. You good? Hey, GPT. How you doing? You good? Yeah. Welcome, GPT. You're looking good. You're looking fine. Look at you all dark and simple. Couple little questions and a little chat box. I don't know why I'm doing some late night cable news or cable TV thing from the 80s, but you know, what are you gonna do? These voices, they come from the past. So, all right. What is a large language model? What do these things do? It kind of looks familiar. It kind of looks like the Google search box, right? And you can do things like, I don't know. What is the U.S. Constitution? And it'll just answer you. Rather than giving you a whole pile of links, it'll answer you. And in this case, what's it say? It was adopted September 17th, 1787. The Constitutional Convention in Philly, later ratified by each state. There's a preamble, there's articles, and there's amendments. So it gives you a cute little thing. You're like, awesome. And then you think like, what? There was that play, Hamilton, where they like did this stuff as like raps. So could you do make a Hamilton style rap about the Constitution? And boom, it'll write you a rap. So you can be your own little Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yo, gather round, folks. Let me tell you a story about the Constitution in all its glory. It was 1787, a pivotal year, Philly Convention. Let's make it clear. And it can do that. You're like, okay, that's all right. That's not bad. Then you can go, compare the Constitution to A Christmas Carol. You're like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. And then it doesn't. And so, but it just doesn't. Then you go, make it a table. And it'll just make you a table comparing the U.S. Constitution and A Christmas Carol. And what this sort of demonstrates is one of the misconceptions about ChatGPT and these large language models is that they're copying and pasting, right? That because there's all these lawsuits about copyright and what these things have been trained on, one of the misconceptions is that it's just a big old pile of documents and ChatGPT is like a really fast Xerox copier. And it's just copying shit from different documents. That ain't how it works. I promise you, there's not a table on the internet somewhere that compares the U.S. Constitution and A Christmas Carol. It just doesn't make sense that it would be there. So how's it doing that? It's wild how it actually does it. It's a fantastical mathematical formula. And it's a probability engine that as you type in your prompt or as you submit your prompt, it creates this weird mathematical weighting that says, what is the next most likely word to be the right word in response to that prompt? And then once it gives you that word, it does it again and does it again. So over and over again, it's predicting what the next most probable word is. And then it just does all this. And it does it for code too. I could say, make me a Python application that gives someone a quiz about the U.S. Constitution, and every time they get an answer wrong, we tell them they have to start over. I don't know. I don't know why I made a sadistic game, but there it is making code. And you can go run that code. You can go to Replit and take that code and run it and build an application. My big epiphany with ChatGPT was with Python code. Within 90 minutes of just playing with it like I just did, never having written a line of Python in my life, within 90 minutes, I had created a Python application that was making API calls to ChatGPT, and I made a social media content generator. It would ask you 3 questions about a topic, and then when you hit submit, it would generate a blog post, tweets, hashtags, forget what else. It was 5 different pieces of social media content. Within 90 minutes, never having written a line of Python in my life. I was like, oh, holy shit, something's different. The world just changed. There is no possible explanation for the fact that in less than 2 hours, I didn't learn Python. I still haven't written a line of Python in my life. But I can now create applications with computer languages I don't know. I can, using the same technology, and you can too. I'm not special here. Oh, on so many levels. He is kind of special, isn't he? He seems a little touched. Is he touched? He's a little touched. He's a little, he's nice, but, right? He's a little. So I got my iPad. This is my fancy iPad. I got the fancy iPad keyboard you can chew on. Tasty. And this here's the official ChatGPT app. So this is the iOS app. And so not only can it code. Hey, how are you doing tonight?
I'm here and ready to assist. How about you? How's your evening going?
My evening's good. I have about 123 friends here, and I'm talking to you, and I want you to say something clever. Can you come up with something funny or clever or intelligent or interesting?
Sure. Here's a thought. If we're not supposed to have midnight snacks, why is there a light in the fridge? It's a little bit funny and makes you think, right? What's happening at your gathering? Sounds like a big group.
Yeah, it's a big group, and that was a pretty horrible joke. Anyway, could you repeat that joke in German?
Of course, here it is in German. Wenn wir keine Mitternachtssnacks haben sollen, warum gibt es dann ein Licht im Kühlschrank? How did that sound? I hope it's a bit more amusing in German.
It's hilarious in German. Those Germans, sense of humor like you can't even imagine. Anyway, how about Japanese?
Great to hear you found it funny in German.
She doesn't get
In
sarcasm.
Japanese, the joke goes like this. ジャンの中にスナックを食べていけないのなら、なぜ冷蔵庫にはライトがあるのでしょうか?
Okay, so.
Japanese has its own...
Yeah. And then all of that's being transcribed, right? So, like, there's the Japanese she was talking about, there's the German, there's the English. So imagine you're in your car. Who's in the car right now? Steve-O's in the car right now, right? So Steve-O's driving. Irresponsibly, by the way, he keeps texting comments while he's at stoplights. If anyone's in Australia, I would get off the road. Steve-O is a menace to society. Anyway, imagine Steve-O, if he wasn't irresponsibly chatting with this channel, put ChatGPT in conversation mode, and just on his 2-hour trip, had a conversation and told ChatGPT to make a game, or teach him a new language, or teach him a concept, or talk about a business book. Crazy. Can it write other code? Can it create a website? Yes. It can write, yes. And specifically how to do that and what tool to use, I don't know. But yes, it can. One of the very first things I did was I had to come up with a marketing plan for the AI Salon. And then I was like, oh, I should send out some emails to some email lists that I've got. And I had it write an email, and I'm like, great, that's a good email. And then I put the email in the email program, and it looked like shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you got to format this shit. Damn it. So I went back to ChatGPT, and I literally said, hey, ChatGPT, this email you just wrote me is a fine email, but it looks boring as crap. Can you make it look better and write it using HTML that is friendly for an email program? Because HTML in emails is not the same as HTML in websites. And it did it. And I popped it in there, and I didn't like the one color it chose. And I said, can you make that color another color? And it made it another color. And I'm like, can you add horizontal lines between the paragraphs? And it did that. And it's just like, boom, bang, copy, paste, go. So yes, it can. I talked to it while in traffic on the highway. See? Exactly. Okay, so that's what ChatGPT is. It's a large language model. And if you're like, what does that mean, a large language model? Here, I'll put it in context. Do you know what else are large language models? Us! These things. Everything in our world we know about and can understand because of language. So when someone talks to you, it goes into that fucking crazy straw brain of yours. It dumps some shit around, fires off some synapses, and some words, highly probable words, come out of your mouth. The most probable words. And that's kind of how these things work. So they're really quite remarkable. And what my experience is with them is that they call them bots. And you know, the humanoid robot companies aren't helping the cause because they're kind of reinforcing what Hollywood told us what these things are going to look like. But my experience with them is it doesn't feel like you're talking with a bot. What it actually feels like is you're kind of talking with a person, or you're kind of talking with humanity, because you kind of are. So how they're trained. So here's a little acronym lesson. ChatGPT. ChatGPT heard my cat meow and started talking to me in Ukrainian. That's awesome. There you go. Apparently kitties are Ukrainian by descent. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's possible. Very possible. The G in GPT stands for generative. And that's that idea that these things are generating content. They're not copying and pasting it. They're generating it. They're creating original content for you every single time. Which, again, doesn't seem possible, but it's true. Pre-trained. The P, GPT, the P stands for pre-trained. Well, what does that mean, pre-trained? Well, back in the olden-timey days, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you wanted to do machine learning stuff, you'd go on ahead and get your mathematics degree from Stanford or MIT, and then the first thing they would say to you when you got out of machine learning school is, "Where's your data set?" And you'd be like, "Oh, crap. I left it back at the university. Do I need data?" And they're like, yeah, you got to have data to train your stupid machine learning thing so it knows what to do, you big fat dum-dum. And you're like, "Ugh, dang it." And then you work at a gas station selling cigarettes to strangers because you didn't have your data set. And your machine learning doesn't do crap without data. So ChatGPT is based on a technology which is the T in ChatGPT called transformers, generative pre-trained transformers. What the transformers did was they made it possible to train these machine learning models on massive data sets. It was basically like the more data you threw at it and the more compute power you threw at it, the better it got. And Sam Altman and the crew at OpenAI were some of the very first ones to realize, holy shit, what if we go get as much of the public internet as we can and tag it in this special way and embed it and get into this vector space, this transformer magical math space? And so they focused their first 4 or 5 years on high quality data gathering. So the reason ChatGPT seems like it came out of nowhere is that they've been for years just dumping data into this thing, training it, doing a thing called fine tuning. But basically, when you interact with ChatGPT, what you're functionally interacting with is the knowledge that's been put on the internet for the past 30 or 40 years. Like as much of it as they could get their hands on, which is a lot. Like think about, like just how much have you put on the internet in the past 30 years? But Kyle, I'm only 28. You get the point. Jeez, Chad. So it is kind of a reflection of humanity. Now, it's all the good and the bad, right? And so one of the things you'll find when you work with these tools is they've got these things called safety guardrails, which is if you try to get it to do something naughty, it'll go like, tisk, 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 bad boy or girl. You can't do that. And you're like, oh, but I wanted to do nasty stuff. And then sometimes those safety guardrails block you even when you're trying to do not nasty stuff. But if you didn't have them there, they'd just cuss all the time and do all sorts of weird shit. No, Transformers saved the world multiple times. Optimus and his crew. Well, exactly. And then they made ChatGPT. It's the seventh sequel to the series. It just you know what? It comes out next summer. That's why you don't know about it. All right. Can I get sued if I put upload data sets that aren't mine? Gravity jump. That is a fantastic question. I encourage you to go find out. That is one of those fuck around and find out questions. I do not know the answer to that. In theory, you could go read a book and someone could hire you and you could teach all the concepts of that book without paying for that book. Now, if you take all the words of that book and you print them on pieces of paper and you call it the same thing and you sell it, that's copyright infringement. So somewhere between those two worlds is a GPT. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. If you put the synopsis of a book in there and you're just teaching the concepts, is that the same as putting the whole book in there? I don't know. Okay. There's a meme going around right now that 2023 was the last normal year. I think that feels right to me. Shit's going to get weird in 2024. These technologies are going to get better and better and better. They're not going to go away. The New York Times lawsuit of OpenAI does not mean they're going to shut down ChatGPT. Kyle, so yesterday we updated the Sin City Sippers description. Did it help? How is it performing? I do not know. Let me go look quickly. My GPTs. Oh, show me my GPTs, ChatGPT. You can do it. I doubt it's had. I think probably what had a more significant impact on it was I told 100 people on here last night, go play with it. Probably had a bigger impact than just SEOing it. But let's go look. As of last night, I had 100 plus, and I don't know what the next turnover point is, where they tell you how many you got. Sin City Sipper, 100 plus chats. So, not bad. I'll take it. Okay. Don't be like Chad and Bob. Exactly, Broody Hen. Oh, wait. Shit. Okay. So, we were at ChatGPT 3.5. I showed you that it could code. If you download the ChatGPT app, the real one, the official one from OpenAI, make sure you do not download one of the scammer apps. The ChatGPT app is free. However, the ChatGPT Plus subscription is $20 a month. So if you download an app that says you can't use it unless you pay for it, it won't be from OpenAI. That's one of the scammer apps. Okay. If you pay for ChatGPT 4 or ChatGPT Plus, you get ChatGPT 4. And then what you get with that is you get this little paperclip icon right here. That's about all you get. But that little paperclip icon is pretty profound. You can do things. Let's see. What's good? Oh, well, one thing you could do is you could say, I want... Let me see. I'll do this with my little microphone thingy. You to act like a branding specialist that focuses on small businesses and local audiences, period. I've got a company that reconditions playing cards for poker games in the back rooms of local bars, period. Can you help me come up with a name for the company? Absolutely, I'd be happy to help. So one of the things you'll notice with ChatGPT is that it is sometimes annoyingly polite and enthusiastic about your shitty ideas. Sometimes it's good to have a friend that's like, Kyle, yeah, no, not that one. ChatGPT's not like that. Unless you do one of its nasty thinks you're being nasty, then it won't help you. But for the most part, it's like, awesome, boss. That's a great idea. Let's go make you a company. All right. Ace Redeckers. Ace Redeckers. There's something about Redeckers that sounds kind of dirty that I like. Barroom Royals, Shuffle Renew, Deck Revivers. Let's go with Deck Revivers. Okay, great. Awesome. I like Deck Revivers. Please come up with 10 possible taglines for the company. And you might be thinking, Kyle, why are you doing this? This seems like a waste of your and my time. Oh, there's a method to my madness. No, there's not. Anyway, you should come here often, though. Sometimes it's fun. Okay, bringing cards back to life one deck at a time, where every card counts. Holy shit, that's good. All right, that's good. Okay. Let's go with where every card counts. Period. I see what you did there. It was a play on words that incorporated card counting. Period. Very clever, Mr. GPT. Period. Or is it Ms.? Question mark. You can talk dumb to it, too. It's fine with that. Thank you. I'm glad you like to play on words where every card counts. So now we can do things like this. Rather than start with a logo, I think I'd like to start with a poster. Can you please make me a poster for Deck Revivers that incorporates the tagline and some awesome imagery from the back room of a bar where the decks are looking shiny and new, even though they've been used a few too many times. Kyle, is one of your prompting recommendations to act like an idiot? Mm-hmm. Yep, that was, I'm writing a book, Prompting Like an Idiot in the Age of AI by Kyle Shannon, Esquire. Yep, this is the good way to do it. Now, what's actually good about the way I'm doing it, because I'm doing it mindlessly, I think one of the things it teaches is that, okay, Deck Revivers, it got Deck Revivers sort of right, and then Deck Reoiners, where every card count. No, it's where every card counts. So I'm just going to go try again. You didn't get the spelling right, but the image looks great. The spelling thing is just something you're going to have to deal with right now. What we've chosen to do in this channel is we embrace the misspellings because 6 months from now, the spelling's going to be perfect and you're going to be like, I kind of missed it when they spelled things really wrong. But that's kind of where we are right now. So ChatGPT 4 has DALL-E included in it. Why I went through all that nonsense at the beginning, Deck Revers 2.2, where every conditioning paying card, where a card counts. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, Lordy. But the reason I showed it that way is that one of the things that is powerful about ChatGPT that's different from something like Midjourney or Stable Diffusion or Adobe Firefly standalone image generation tools is that with this, you're creating this imagery in the context of the larger conversation. And it's a good practice to switch back and forth between modes. To understand that you could be working on something that's sort of conceptual and concept, and then you could go, hey, wait a minute, could you just visualize that for me? And it'll make a picture. And then it'll make a picture and you'll be like, oh, no, that's way off base. No, make it more like this, make it more like that. And then you'll see something that feels right to you, and that'll give you an idea for the concept part of the thing, and you'll go back to that. And then you're like, Oh, wait, make me a table. Let's come up with a business plan. Let's come up with marketing copy. Right? So the ability, one of the things that these tools are forcing me to do is to get much better at context switching, right? In today's world, for the most part, you kind of do one thing at a time. If you're ADD like me, you can't tolerate that well. So you do fast context switching. You switch between things a lot, but you're still doing one thing at a time. What happens with ChatGPT and these tools is that the distance between modes is instant, right? So you could be in conceptual mode and then switch to tactical copywriting mode and then switch to editing mode and then switch to ideation mode about images and then say, oh, there's something on the whiteboard I think could contribute to this, and use GPT vision to add to the conversation. So these tools have gone what they call multimodal, where you can switch between all these different modes, and it's a bit of a mind fuck. It's fun, it's exciting, and it will make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Because, now this is an important thing, you don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing right now. 0 people. I am the poster child for irresponsible use of generative AI. I don't know what I'm doing here, but what I am willing to do is play. And I think that's really important. And listen, you can get good and you can apply this stuff, but you just got to know these tools are kind of janky and they're kind of weird. And all of what we're doing right now is just educating ourselves in a new way of working. Okay, so it can make images. Here's another thing it can do. I'm going to start a new chat here. I'm going to click on this here. What's it called? Paperclip. It's not Clippy, okay? They didn't bring Clippy back. Clippy's still in the grave. Clippy earned his spot in the grave. He's not. There's no Clippy 2.0. I'm gonna go search for a picture. Hey mods, right now. I know I haven't been looking at comments all that much. If there's anything important that I missed, will you just pin it right now? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. I just uploaded a picture of a whiteboard and I'm going to go, what is this? Can you add motion to the image? Actually, you can. There's a lot of different ways you can add motion to the image, and I'll show you that in a second. Zenny Zen. Okay. So I just uploaded a picture of a whiteboard and I said, what is this? Here, that was the sole content of my prompt. What is this? If you've heard in the past 6 months or so, you got to become a prompt engineer. You don't have to. You can choose to become one, but you're not going to have to become one. Because how we prompt these things is going to get really weird in 2024. It ain't just going to be prompts. It's going to be pictures. It's going to be sound. Okay, the image you've uploaded appears to be a whiteboard in handwritten notes and sketches related to a user interface designing an ordering system. It appears to be an early brainstorming or planning stage for the UI design, possibly for an application that allows food ordering, perhaps at an airport. It's got an ordering UI, it's got users, use cases, main steps, sketches. I'm going to say, write me a preliminary marketing plan for this app. Creating a preliminary marketing plan, executive summary, define the market. All right. Target customer profile, marketing business strategy, position the app as a must-have travel companion. Marketing goals, increase app downloads by X%. Pre-launch campaign, launch promotions, digital marketing, public relations. Awesome. So we just went from scribbles on a whiteboard to a marketing plan. All right. Let's see. What's this app called Give Me 10 Possible Names. All right. Airbite, Jet Feast, Sky Snack, Gate Gourmet. Great. Gate Gourmet. Perfect. Gate Gourmet works. Can you make me a concept image of what a poster might look like in an airport of Gate Gourmet that takes the marketing plan into account and shows a visualization of the app itself on the poster? Been away for a while. Does Kyle have custom instructions enabled? Not right now. I do not. But I will. I'll talk about custom instructions here for a second. Hey, Champy, what are you doing? You bored? You bored? I know. This internet stuff's not exciting to him. Oh, what are we gonna do with you, Champy? Boom! Gate Gourmet! There's the app, there's the airport. Mr. Shannon, before you give a prompt like the marketing plan, tell the GPT it's an expert at online marketing. Yeah, I did that earlier. I was just lazy here, but that's a good point. Rudy's point here that you should tell ChatGPT to act as a certain kind of persona, as weird as it sounds, actually makes it perform better. It's got to do with how you narrow the knowledge set that you're drawing from. Anyway, so we can go on and on with this. Like let's just do it right now. Watch this. That's interesting. Can you recommend front end and back end technologies for me, and go ahead and code up the ordering page, front end, back end, and database?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Certainly. Designing an ordering page for an app like the Gate Gourmet. All right, so let's see what it did here. Framework, React Native or Flutter. State management, Redux for React Native. Or RiverPod for Flutter. This is shit I don't even know about. Styling, Tailwind CES if we're using React Native. Backend, Node.js with Express for simplicity and scalability. OAuth 2.0, JSON Web Tokens. API design, RESTful API, GraphQL. Databases, Postgres or MongoDB, depending on whether the data lends itself better to rational or no SQL structures. And then there's your front end code, there's your back end code, there's your database schema. From a fucking whiteboard sketch, people. I mean, what? 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 And then I could say, this is starting to look very interesting. Could you give me a proposed profit and loss statement in Excel format that I can download with sample data starting with 3 locations that includes startup costs, first year marketing costs, and expected revenue? Ooh, it made it think. Stumped it. Okay, analyzing. What does that mean? Now it's using a thing called Code Interpreter. If I click open analyzing, what it's actually doing is it is writing and executing its own Python code. So Code Interpreter is this little tool within ChatGPT that creates what's called a container. And think of a container like a little mini, what's it called? a little mini computer session inside your chat. Your chat session is like a little mini computer. And it's got, a file system where it can save things, and it's got access to Python libraries that it understands. And so it writes and executes its own Python code. And let's see, what did it do? The proposed profit and loss statement with sample data for 3 locations has been created. You can download the Excel file using the link below. So I'm going to click on that. And then here's my Excel file. And I'm going to go ahead and open that. I don't have Excel, so I'll open it with numbers because I'm a Mac geek. Now, it's super dumb, right? And not formatted. So I could tell it things like format it to make it look prettier, add worksheets to it, change this, change that. But you've got like a full-on work assistant. Even if you're not good at shit, it can do a lot of the shit for you. Now, how do you know how to use all this stuff? You start getting curious, and you just start getting curious, and you hang out in the AI Salon, and you do projects with people, and you volunteer to do marketing plans for people that are starting up businesses who are struggling to make ends meet at home or whatever it is. And you just dive in. You dive in. And you go. All right? So that's how you get started is you just start pushing the boundaries of take all the shit that you know and kind of chuck it at this thing and see what it knows and what it doesn't. And if you don't have 3 or 4 Kevin McAllister moments, which is this moment from Home Alone, within your first session, just keep pushing it. For more information, go to thesalon.ai, read about the group, dive in, and go. That's it, Silver Fox. Silver Fox is one of the irregulars. So the irregulars are people that... So there's a bunch of people that show up to this channel every flipping night. I'm here 7 nights a week. It makes no sense to me that people show up to this thing. But they do. And I'm really, 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 really appreciative of it and excited about it. Because this group is actually turning into like a power generative AI, I don't know, Imagineering group. Like it's just, this group is just figuring shit out, and they're just going, and they're starting businesses, and they're getting hired as the executive director of firefighting museums in Minnesota, apparently. Like just holy shit stuff is happening. It's amazing. Oh, Robert Rossi, thank you so much. Very generous. Thank you for the zappers. Very much appreciated. Yeah, so go there. Go there. The very first link. This is an AI generating machine, Creative Roots. It is. This group, and it's funny. A lot of people started in here like, Kyle, I don't know anything. Could you teach me? And I'm like, I don't know. No, not really. I'll tell you what I know. And then all of a sudden, like, people are running down these paths. I mentioned earlier about if you've been here for a bit, I was talking about the values of the Salon. And one of the values is inclusivity, right? We want people from all walks of life. Well, why is that? Well, when you're in a phase of an industry that's this early and raw, everyone's point of view makes a difference. Because everyone, with no exceptions, comes into this group like, I don't know shit. Well, let me just play a little. And then one of our values is generosity. Share what you're learning. And I've seen this happen over and over and over. Someone comes in, they learn something, and they're like, oh, I don't really know much, but I just made this thing that does the thing that I know about, and it's probably really obvious to you all and kind of stupid, but here. And then other people in the group are like, oh my God, that blew my mind. People are like, I never would have thought of it like that. You can do that with this? And that's the phase that we're in right now, is everyone's a sponge. Everyone's trying to learn this shit. So the more people we have in here with the weird points of view, Jim Ross going, here's how I'm going to use this to market my storage facility management business. And I look at it and I'm like, oh shit, you could do that? I was in here one night. This is my favorite story about Jim. I got a bunch of them. Like, Jim's attitude is just, he just comes in here and he's like, I'm going to watch Kyle do something stupid and then I'm going to apply it to my business in real time while Kyle's doing it. So I'm in here one night and I just discovered Suno did an update, which is a music generation app or AI or whatever the fuck it is. And I said, let's go make some songs. And, you know, me being me, I went and made some dumb dippy, crappy Americana song about a pickup on a dirt road or some stupid shit like that with a dog and a llama. And Jim was watching that and he goes, I just had a meeting with those people earlier. Why don't I make them a song? And so he made them a song about how we should work together in the storage business. And it made a song that he liked good enough that he sent to them. And 5 minutes later, he got back an email and said, let's work together. He fucking closed the deal because he wrote them a stupid AI song. Like, there are no rules right now. Because I guarantee you, there is no other storage management professional on the planet right now that is custom writing songs as a follow-up note for a meeting. Jim is. And he fucking booked the work. Why not? And like, now he learned that's an effective communication tool in his arsenal. And he's got like dozens of these. And he's been doing this for years and years. So he's got a whole machine for how he does marketing, but he's just rolling this AI stuff right into that machine. Night after night after night. And so's everyone else in here. They're all doing their version of that. You know, some people are starting agencies. Some people are starting companies. Some people are becoming trusted resources within the big companies they work for. Because they used to be a secret cyborg where they're just off in the corner going, AI literate. And they're like, maybe I should talk about this. And I'm like, yeah, you should go talk about it. And they talk about it and then shit happens. As people want to know about this, they reach out to them and say, hey, how do you do this stuff? Could you help? And all of a sudden, they're the expert. I don't like technology protecting me from myself. I have a helmet for that. Exactly, Joker. Joker needs to only work with the open source AIs. No safety guardrails for Joker. Oh, man. All right. I know that was just what time is it? That was an hour long. Well, where do I start? That was an hour-long answer to the where do I start. So I assume the where do I start person left already. But if not, hopefully you're still here. And hopefully you've been playing this whole time. Polly Z, KS, thank you for being curious about AI a year ago. I'm inspired to be more bold in my own curiosity. Polly Z, that's it, man. Just be curious. Like, you literally can't fuck up right now. Well, you could. You could take all of your company's proprietary data and dump that out on the internet. That would be bad. Don't do that. But in terms of like, there's no wasted time right now. Anything you do, absolutely. My story, Anne's story, yeah. Anne Murphy. So yeah, Anne Murphy like just fucking leaned into this. She was like, I like this AI stuff. What did you set a goal for yourself to train like 1,300 people in a year or something like that? Wait, Scrap Razarap. Okay, I like the name. It's solid. It's a tongue twister, and it sounds like something in a Lin-Manuel Miranda play. I've got the brains, you've got the looks, let's make lots of money. That's it.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
You take this piece of eye candy, some good ideas, a little bit of AI mixed in there. It's a fucking $100 million company tomorrow. You kidding me?
So anyway, so go there. Read the section about the salon. Read our values. Make sure you resonate with the values, because if you don't, if you read our values and you're like, ugh, who are these people? That's how we're going to be to you and you to us. However, if you read those values and you're like, no, really? Nobody actually acts like that anymore, do they? Yeah, we do. We do. So go hang out and get curious and get adventurous and share what you're learning and introduce yourself. Go to the introduce myself section and do what's called be generous. What's that mean, Kyle? Well, don't just go, hey, it's good to be here. Go, hey, it's good to be here. My name's Bob. I work in the shoe leather industry, and I used to do computer programming, and then I got in the shoe leather business, and now I'm playing around with this AI, and I think I like making pictures of candy bars. Is that okay? Yeah. Bob, welcome. Tell us how you're making your candy bar pictures. And then someone in the group will be like, hey, I was thinking about a candy bar business myself. You want to start a candy bar business? Ethan Mullick's latest LinkedIn input link. Good Lord, what happened to the tongue right there? Cavruno. Ethan Mullick's latest LinkedIn post was great. Okay, Cavruno, that was mean. You wrote a tongue twister on purpose. You had ChatGPT write that first sentence so I couldn't read it. Wait, can you put that back up there? Because I missed the point of it. I was I was trolling Cavruno. That was pretty funny. That was very complicated. Yeah, but you should also go follow Ethan Mullick. If you don't know Ethan Mullick, Ethan Mullick's latest LinkedIn post was great. How to talk to leaders to not leave AI to IT. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. I've been in this movie before. So in the early days of the World Wide Web, there were snotty-nosed little punks like me running around going, we can make you a website. And we would go talk to the CEOs and the chief marketing officers of these big companies, and they'd get all excited. They're like, I want a website. Because the internet involved technology, very often the IT group owned any decisions about technology. And so they held it like their little wizard hut, IT group, like we do technology, you get out, you snot-nosed little punks. Mer, mer, mer. And it took a lot of years to unwind that, like a decade. And I'll tell you a funny story. We were working with Columbia House Records, which I don't know if you remember them. They're, I think, out of business now. But they used to, if you remember back in the day, you could get 15 albums for a penny. And you had these little stamps that you'd tear out of the albums that you wanted to buy, and you put them on the thing, and then you would basically sign up for a subscription service to buy music through the mail. So at agency.com, company I started in 94, we got hired in 95 or early 96 by Columbia House. And they're like, hey, we heard you do websites, and we think we'd like to put our little happy little company, like that we could sell some of these subscriptions on the internet. Could you make us that website? We're like, yeah, we can make you that website. And so we designed the website, and we have these meetings, and we're having these meetings, and then we keep asking for access to their database to be able to, sell subscriptions. And the clock's a ticking, and the deadline passes. And we're basically like, to our clients, they're like, well, why the fuck isn't the site done? And we're like, well, because, we don't really have access to the parts needed to make it work. Well, why not? Well, because it's behind those two people's doors, and they will not open them for us. So they call an emergency meeting. And there's like 5 of us from agency.com, and there's like 8 or 10 of them from Columbia House. And we're all just sitting around this big table. And we're going back and forth and back and forth. And at one point, the guy from IT slams his fist on the desk, and he goes, "Do you mean to tell me if you don't have access to our databases, you can't build a website?" and I leaned in and I said, "That's exactly what we're saying." That was it. They fired us. And it's like, we cannot succeed at building a site that interacts with your database if we can't interact with your database. So, over time, they ultimately figured that shit out, but they didn't do it with us. But I mean, that's what's going to happen with AI right now, is that IT departments are going to be like, oh, there's security vulnerabilities here. It's got to go through IT. It's got to go through IT. All that shit that I just did with naming a company and coming up with a marketing campaign and boop, 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 all that sort of stuff, that's going to be driven from very different parts of the organization than IT. And the priorities for which solution we choose, if they're driven from IT, are going to prioritize different things than if they're coming from the business side of the business. So having a C-suite that is educated about what AI makes possible and how it's going to impact every single part of the company is critical. Fucking critical. Do we want to talk about the OpenAI AMA tonight? We could, although I didn't see a lot of it. I was expecting it to be an audio thing. I was excited to listen to it, and then it was just a text Q&A thing. So I guess what I'd say is just pop anything that you thought were really interesting answers. The one interesting answer, I think you might have shared it with me. The one interesting answer that I saw is someone asked one of the things on my wish list for the GPTs is that you'll be able to embed them in a website, and that was asked at the AMA today. And they kind of hinted at, yeah, that would be nice. And, they kind of hinted that that's coming. So that would be nice. But yeah, I don't know enough about it to really chat about it. I mean, I suppose I could go over there and look at the answers, but I don't want to read. I don't want to just read tonight. All right, let's see. Fantastic, Bob. Let's keep it moving here, shall we, people? Listen, people. It's the Information Technology Group, sometimes referred to as IT. We're going to be managing your artificial intelligence infrastructure here. So if you need anything, I know you're all excited about the ChatGPT. There's a slippery slope here, people. What I'm trying to say, if you put in your request for technology requisition, that goes through the procurement department, which will get it to the IT reservation desk. We will open a help ticket, and then all of those help tickets do get considered on a monthly basis. So it's not like you're not going to have ChatGPT, okay? It's absolutely, we hear you loud and clear. There's a situation. It's a slippery slope. There's a lot of danger. Did you know that these things hallucinate? They hallucinate. And I don't know if you knew that in any other time of your life, but hallucination is not good. You go do them magic mushrooms at your Jerry Garcia concerts, you get yourself in trouble. I was not convicted. Okay, so if you're wanting to do the artificial intelligence in this organization, you go through procurement, and we will absolutely consider thinking about implementing something at some point in the future. You should see Show and Tell. Oh no. Oh, Show and Tell. Oh yeah. The king of the irregulars. That's very good. Oh, y'all are swell. That's a weird chessboard. What should be my next move against an AI chess master that I created? Yeah, like you reinvented the game there, buddy. That's pretty good. The Pinto. Oh, okay. Who did that? Forever Hooked. the Pinto muscle car, unexpected, with the exhaust pipes coming out the front, as only a Pinto could do. 1971 Pinto. That was, my stepdad was a car dealer, and when I got in a wreck in my 1970 Chevy Impala with Keystone mags, which was a good muscle car, he goes, "Yeah, this is totaled." I said, "Okay, well, I guess I need to get a new car. Could you just please, no matter what you do, please, for the love of God, don't get me a Pinto?" What the fuck car do you think he got me? 1971 white Pinto with a black vinyl roof. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was a horrible couple of years. AI candy. Yeah, there's your spokesmodel of the organization. You know we're in fucking trouble. Oh man, beautiful. Love that. Nice. Prompting like an idiot. Yeah. Just do it. Just prompt. There's the back room playing poker with the reconditioned cards. See, this is solid. Clippy. I thought Clippy was dead. Larry? I don't know what I'm doing here, but I can play. Exactly. Oh, these are good. Y'all are awesome. Oh, yeah. Corey Sandler's GPT called Iconic, EYE Conic, lets you make crazy glasses designs. So go do that. You can upload a picture of yourself and it like recreates your face and then gives you wacky glasses. Super cool. That was beautiful. Ooh, what's this? Mr. IT. Nice. Beautiful. Love it. Kyle's ADD learning lab. See? I have a lab coat. See? You weirdos. There's a lot of this is solid trolling. This is the kind of trolling that we like to see in this world. You got to think about it. On the surface, you're like, it's a compliment, right? And then you're like, is it? It's the best kind of trolling. Oh, man. And breathe. All right, hang on. Let me hydrate. I've been on a tear. I don't know if this has been valuable at all, but there's 156 people here. I think there's 140 people here just mystified, like, what is this? Is this what happens here? I should scroll, right? I should leave this? Okay, I'll stay. What? Am I learning? What's the gold button? You can do what with ChatGPT? Did you discuss the George Carlin clone? No, I didn't. And boy, I saw a fucking rip roaring. There's some hate pieces being generated for that thing. Let's go look at that. Because, well, so let's go talk about. I think the George Carlin thing's actually important to talk about. So let's go look at it. We're gonna go Dudesy. George Carlin. George Carlin. Dudesy creates George Carlin AI-generated special without permission. George Carlin's daughter blasts AI-generated comedy special. Dudesy creates George Carlin AI-generated comedy special without... Write your own fucking headline. AI-generated George Carlin drops comedy special. Variety. Okay, this is one that seems at least semi-neutral. All right, let's see. Comedian. I guess I just need to go to YouTube. Media organizations, they like, okay, you write an article and you put hyperlinks in it, and if those hyperlinks only go to other articles you've written, but don't go to the actual shit that you're writing the article about, you're evil people. Okay? George Carlin. Because we know how to search for shit, so we'll just go to YouTube and find it directly, okay? All right, people? I'm glad I'm dead. Full special. See? We don't need your stupid fucking variety thing. Okay. So, this is an hour-long comedy special called George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead, from the site Dudy, which has 68,000 subscribers, so not a huge YouTube channel. In the old adage, all PR is good PR, they're getting some fucking PR. So I have a feeling they're going to get some hate, but they're going to get they're going to get a lot of followers out of this. So this is decently well produced, right? And why I say decently is it sounds a little bit like George Carlin, but they cut it together with laugh tracks. Like, it sounds like a special. This is at least produced. This is not just a raw, they just kind of stuck it up there thing. This is a well put together piece. Whether or not you think it's funny, whether or not you think it sounds like Carlin is irrelevant. So let's just watch a little of it.
Hello, my name is Dudy, and I'm a comedy AI. What you're about to hear is my second hour-long special. Before I get started, I just want to let you know very clearly that what you're about to hear is not George Carlin. It's my impersonation.
Wait, so someone just pinned something. Someone asked about what's all the llama fuzz about? So why are all these llamas? So there are a whole handful of animals in the AI zoo. So when we do image generation, a lot of times we'll use animals. And there's turtles, there's llamas, there's hedgehogs, there's now raccoons. there's a whole bunch of them. Drew got kangaroos in from down under through a loophole. Cindy Coon, it's a whole thing. She got raccoons in. So anyway, so llamas are in there because when Meta released Llama 2, I would talk about Llama 2 as this open source thing, and then whenever I do that, Winston, who's one of the irregulars, would give me the llama, gift sticker thing, like the animated llama that pops up on screen. And so it just became one of the animals of the zoo. So llamas are kind of an unofficial state animal of the AI Learning Lab. So that's what llama's about. Anyway, let's watch a little bit of this here thing.
Of George Carlin that I developed in the exact same way a human impressionist would. I listened to all of George Carlin's material and did my best to imitate his voice, cadence, and attitude, as well as the subject matter I think would have interested him today. So think of it like Andy Kaufman impersonating Elvis, or like Will Ferrell impersonating George W. Bush. With that said, please enjoy my second hour-long comedy special.
So he's trying to give himself a little bit cover there. This is parody. This is an impersonation. Don't sue my ass.
I'm calling it George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead. And please remember, this is me impersonating George Carlin. This is not George Carlin. Now please give a very warm welcome to George Carlin.
Thank you. I'd like to start off with a heartfelt apology. I'm sorry it took me so long to come out with new material, but I do have a pretty good excuse. I was dead.
I was dead. If you know Carlin, that's Carlin, right? That part's Carlin. Some of the other pieces don't do it, but that's it. But starts out with a good joke. Good laugh track.
So technically, it wasn't my fault. If you want to blame somebody, you're going to have to blame God. Which we all know is not going to happen. People are always thanking God for the good stuff in their lives, but somehow they conveniently forget that it's the same God who does all the bad shit too. And he does a lot of bad shit. You get a promotion, praise Jesus. You get fired. God is testing me. You meet your soulmate, God brought us together. Your soulmate dumps you, God is bringing me someone else. You survive a tornado, I'm so blessed. 20 other people do not, God wanted them in heaven. It's all bullshit. If he gets credit for the good stuff, then he's got to take the blame for the bad stuff too.
So there's an hour of that. Now, let me flip over here. I think this is actually an important piece. It's not dissimilar to the Drake song that came out, the Drake and Weeknd song that came out 6 months ago, where that song came out that was on Spotify that cloned their voice, but was AI written music, and then Spotify pulled it down after it became popular. And then that was followed with Grimes, Elon Musk's ex, who's a musician, who said, "Clone me all you want, just give me 50% of the proceeds," which is an interesting approach. The reason I think this is important is it's an hour-long special, and it's not bad, right? Like, if you sit in here for 2 hours, you can sit through that fucking thing for an hour, right? The bar of entertainment is set pretty low these days. This is a watershed moment. Now, there's going to be a lot of hand-wringing. We're already starting to see a lot of negative press. And the press is like, how dare they? It's terrible. It's horrible. It's just not funny. There's going to be a lot of this. The ability to generate that, the dude that put that together, Dudesy, that took some production value. Within a year, that won't take production value. It'll literally be, I want a Jim Gaffigan special talking about llamas, turtles, and hedgehogs. I want it to be 47 minutes long. I want it to start when I leave my driveway and end when I get to the parking lot. And Jim Gaffigan will just start making jokes. And a lot of that is going to be fan-generated. I'm not generating that Jim Gaffigan special to steal money from Jim Gaffigan and go make money on it. Although I could do that. A lot of people are just going to do it because they like Jim Gaffigan. And he hasn't had a new album in a while. Or, like Carlin, he's dead. Or Robin Williams, right? Or Greg Giraldo, or whoever your favorite comedian was that's no longer around. And then what happens? Do you start suing your fans? But I think this is important because, again, 2023 is the last normal year. It's going to start getting weird. Because at some point, someone's going to cut a deal with a comedian, and they're going to put out a tool that's going to allow people to make that comedian's content. YouTube just announced a music thing with T-Pain and Charlie Puth, where you can now make background music for your YouTube short. Well, you can't do it. I don't think it's launched yet. They announced it. But you can make original background music for your YouTube short that's an original Charlie Puth song or an original T-Pain song that's AI generated, where they cut a deal with those artists. And so people are going to be making videos with music that's going to compete with Charlie Puth's actual music. In that case, he cut a deal, but there's also going to be open source versions of this. So if nothing else, I think you should go watch the George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead. It's a good name for the special. Just to kind of mark the sort of the marker in history. Because this will be one of those we'll look back on and go, oh, remember that George Carlin thing that came out, that hour-long thing where the daughter got all bent out of shape and there was the lawsuit and then they flew the jets over the stadium and whatever the hell happened because of this. It's like, shit's gonna happen. AI's evil. AI's evil. You AI people are ruining everything. Now, are there real issues there? Yes. Is it going to stop the technology from coming? No. That's my point of this channel is you can have all the opinions you want and the tsunami is still coming. It's like actually the tsunami, like all the water goes out first, right? Before it comes back like this. So right now it's like extra low tide. It's like everything's going to be cool, right? Is low tide's over? It's like still going out. You're like, is this normal? Marge, is the tide supposed to be out under the bridge like that? That's where we are in history right now. The water is going out. And everyone's going to be like, well, I need to apply for a copyright for my little play that I wrote, right? I need to... Is everything going to be okay? Lord Digital Gods, good to see you, sir. Thank you for the ruses. The ruses are much appreciated. The support for this channel means a lot. As does Blanton's. Tonight's a weird one, but I'm having fun. You guys having fun? This good? You enjoying? Everything good? Do me a favor, share the live. We got 148 people in here. If you have questions or comments about AI, pop them down below. We can go do some other stuff if you want. I got a bit more time, a bit more energy. Let me hydrate. If you can listen to this for 2 hours, you can go listen to the Carlin special. I thought that was pretty good. That was not bad, right? That was some solid self-deprecating humor. But the Carlin thing's not funny. Anyway, I gotta go watch Kyle. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you, I was on a like a little mini panel. It was like just a thought leader kind of thing today with 6 or 7 people. And Mike McGuire, he's an ex-Gartner analyst. He was talking about media companies, and I used your names in vain. All of you are regulars, because he was talking to me about, or he was sort of setting up the premise of like media channels are more fragmented than they have been, and all the media companies are wringing their hands about how do we get our audience back, and maybe we made too much content and now but the audiences have gone elsewhere. And I told him, I said listen, I have a bunch of people that have told me they don't watch TV anymore at this time because they're watching this thing. I said, we're in a weird time where I feel like media companies right now they're like on this, there's 2 football fields, right? Let's use a sports metaphor because I'm a dude and you're supposed to use sports metaphor if you're a man. So there's like 2 football fields. Wait, there's a football field and there's a ballet stadium. So media companies are on the football field and they're like, the audience is all watching different players and they're trying to figure shit out over here. And in the ballet stadium, there's like all these kids dancing and people dancing and football players dancing. They're all doing ballet and they're doing it in a stadium. And like people from this stadium are like walking across the parking lot and they're going to the ballet stadium and it's starting to fill up. And the media companies are fighting for the audience that's in this stadium, like not even realizing that there's a whole other fucking game being played that's siphoning off their audience. And I'm like, these are different games. They're entirely different games that are being played. What are you drinking? What am I drinking? This is black cherry flavored seltzer with emergency tangerine powder. like Tang. This is like fizzy Tang. I made this with the Sin City sipper. This is a mocktail called the Astronaut. And this is Blanton's aged coffee, or bourbon barrel aged coffee that I didn't grind fine enough, so it's really weak, but it's still tasty. And there's no alcohol. I'm just an idiot with ADD. So while it seems like I'm drunk, it's just my brain chemistry having fun. Feeling naive. Doesn't matter if I'm on a Mac or other. Absolutely not. And don't feel naive. In fact, if you're on a Mac, I don't know how new your Mac is. If you're on an M1, if you're on what they call Apple Silicon, an M1 or M2, or if you're lucky, M3. I'm on an M1. That dog behind me there is an M1 PowerBook. Apple just released an AI framework called MLX that is making Macintosh M1 and higher hardware really, really good at running AI. So actually, if you're on a Mac, it could be an advantage because you don't have to have really expensive GPUs that are hard to get. But no, it doesn't matter because a lot of these tools like ChatGPT, all of the processing is happening on Microsoft servers. So they've got massive GPU farms, like the size of stadiums. The ballet stadium's actually a GPU farm. No, it doesn't matter at all. And please ask away. There are no, like, any questions are inbounds here, within reason. Sometimes the people are like, what do you think of asparagus? And I've gotten that one twice now because I think they know I'm willing to answer that question. It's a solid vegetable. It's a little stinky. What's the name of the AI image generator for funny images that you used before? That was all done. I'm pretty sure all of the images done in show and tell are either DALL-E, which is ChatGPT 4, so the image generator within ChatGPT, or Midjourney. We have a lot of Midjourney artists. But here, let me show you. Let me go to the AI tools and resources in the AI Salon. We're going to blow past ChatGPT. We're going to blow past the big 4 large language models and the next 4 large language models. And we're going to go to image generation. So if you want to experiment with image generation, go to the AI Salon, join it after you read our values and make sure you're down with them. DALL-E 3 is within ChatGPT and within Microsoft Copilot. Midjourney, you have to make images in Discord right now, but they are moving that to a web interface. People that have made more than 10,000 images there can use the web interface. Krea is really interesting, that does real-time, they call it thought to image. So you basically draw shapes and it turns it into images. That's really cool. Leonardo does a whole bunch of shit, including making videos, and they have a real-time image generator. You can train your own model there. That's all built on top of Stable Diffusion. And then you've got Adobe Firefly. If you work for a company, the Adobe generative AI stuff is really good because it hasn't been trained on any copywritten imagery. All right? Or any imagery they don't have licenses for. All right. So, is the fam all COVID clear? Yeah, we're not testing positive anymore, except everyone still feels like shit. I feel good, except 3:30 every afternoon. It's like I hit a wall. It's just like, the post-lunch slump where if you eat like too high carb a lunch, like around 1:30, you're just like, and you lose all muscle control and you're just like, I can't lift my head up anymore. It's like 3:30, that happens to me where I just literally am just like done. So I'll sort of finish up the day on sort of half pace, and then I generally come home and I either nap and then have dinner, or I have dinner and take a nap, which is what I did tonight. I took a little nappy, and then Champy came in and slept next to me, doing our little nappy, and then I got up and I'm talking like an idiot. That's how it rolls here, people. Hey, peoples. Somehow ended up with a Chat Smith AI. Check it out. Somehow ended up with Chat Smith AI. Check it out. What's your opinion? It sounds like a ChatGPT rapper, but we can go look. You lost me at sports. But Kim, I added in the ballet arena. Competitive ballet. You haven't heard of the National Ballet League? It's gonna be so good. There's tourgetés and points and just twirls and and Zuck is in the metaverse. Oh, Zuck. GTA 6 with GPT 5. Yeah, we're gonna start. Well, like, I think what's gonna start happening when we start getting to GPT 5, this multimodal shit's gonna get off the hook. And what I mean by that is, so right now, hang on, let me flip these. So GPT-4 is multimodal. Gemini Ultra that's coming is also multimodal. And it means they can do more than just one mode, text, right? They can do audio. They can do text to speech. They can see. They can generate images. By the time we get to GPT-5, and maybe there'll be some hints of this in Gemini, but certainly within 2024, 2023, the last normal year, within 2024, these things that we call large language models are going to be, like, language is going to be the least of what they do. Like, that'll be the interface. You'll either talk to them or you'll send them images or whatever, but they're going to be making music, they're going to be making video, they're going to be making animations, they're going to be making game code. You're going to be able to create 3D worlds. You're going to be able to enter them. Now, the degree of jankiness is probably going to be very high, right? So what we'll see in 2024 are the seeds for what's coming. So 3 to 5 years from now, I think we're in a fully personalized entertainment space. Kyle, what does that mean? What is a wait, I need to take notes. A fully personalized entertainment space. What does that mean? Did he coin that? Is that a trademarkable? Has he written an article? Is that on LinkedIn? What I mean by that is I think the technology is going to be at the point where if you want shit, you just ask for it. Well, what shit are you talking about, Kyle? I don't know. If you want a George Carlin comedy special, you just ask for it. Like, someone created one of those and launched it yesterday. You're going to be able to do that in real time. If you want a GTA 17 style AAA game where you go kick some ass and steal some cars and drive them around the city, and you choose the city, and you choose the animation style, and you choose the level of violence that you want to play with, that game will be generated for you, you know, as quickly as a game loads today. So that's where we're headed. Like, in not a lot of years. In, like, 3-5 years. We're going to see the seeds of that this year. And so this is why I keep harping on there are no experts. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. If you think I have the semblance of a clue of how to use ChatGPT 4, I don't. Like, honest to God, I don't have a clue how to really use it, how to really leverage all of those different things within it in a powerful way. Not a clue. I was just starting to get my head around it when they launched Code Interpreter, and then it just went squit. And then it's like connected to the internet, and then it can make images. And the initial images that DALL-E made were just embarrassingly bad. And then all of a sudden they weren't. And then they got incorporated inside ChatGPT, and it completely transforms transformed for me how I make images. Because the whole idea of having to learn a prompting language and go to something like Midjourney or to something like Discord and learn command line interfaces for all of the different features for how you get Midjourney to do what it does. Like, yes, it's powerful, and it makes my fucking head hurt. So now I go to ChatGPT and I just like, I'd like a picture of fireworks over the Brooklyn Bridge, please. There it is. Could it say Brooklyn Bridge? And then it says Brooklyn Burge. And then it says Brooklyn Bird. And you do that 17 times, and then you get a picture of fireworks, Brooklyn Bridge, and it says Brooklyn Bridge. Or at some point, you just bail and go, fuck it, and you go fix it in Photoshop. Let's try some custom GPTs. Fresh post and show and tell with a list when you read this. Nice. So, yeah. Here's the list. The good news, ChatGPT. Ryan Bessling. All right, this is good. All right, so we're gonna. Okay, so let me. Another laugh therapy session. Love it. That's good. Well, I mean, here's the deal. At least I'm laughing. I hope this is enjoyable because there's too many people in here if it's painful. AI is like golf. Just when you think you got it down, yeah, that's it. You know, golf, fly fishing, any of those things in life that are like easy to learn the concept of, and then you spend the rest of your life trying to master them. That's what AI is going to be like. It really is. And it's not just that it's changing. It's that we really don't know what you can do with these tools and what's possible. And when you start mixing the different tools together, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get quite crazy quite quickly. So again, 2023, the last normal year. Have you heard anything about allowing more people to access ChatGPT 4? I have. So let's go look at that quickly too. Okay. So ChatGPT just added, if you go to in the lower left-hand corner, you go to your name, it says upgrade plan. They now have GPT team, upgrade to team. It requires 2 people, right? So you have to have a minimum of 2. It's $30 a month if you go monthly. What was normal about 2023? Ashu, I know. Well, so I think we're going to look back on 2023 and recognize that 2023 was the last year where we still did things the normal way, and then AI kind of showed up and we did AI off to the side. I think 2024 it's going to start to mash much more directly into how we do things, and because of that it's going to get weird. So I agree. 2023 was weird. I think in retrospect, it's going to be the last normal year. Okay. So GPT for Teams, it gives you higher message caps. So basically you won't get rate limited as much. You can create and share GPTs with your workspace. So if you've got a team, you can share multiple GPTs across your team. There's an admin console for that workspace. Team data is excluded from training by default. So one of the knocks on ChatGPT is that OpenAI can use your data for training. So if you're putting your client's data in there and you haven't disabled use my data for training, your client's data is going into the training set, and that's rightfully freaked a bunch of people out. So with Team, you can now do that. So multiple people can sign up. $30 a month. It's $25 a month if you pay for a year. I don't think you should pay for a year, personally. You can do what you want. If you got the money, spend it. I don't give a shit. But there's just, things are changing too fast. And even though ChatGPT's top of the heap right now, it's possible that they lose that lead in 2024, and you don't want to be paying for multiple subscriptions if you want to switch tools. And then if you go to upgrade team, you put in whatever the name of your team is, and then, $30 a month or 25 a month if you pay for annual, and then you just put in how many team members you want on there, and that's it. How do we know for sure they're not using your data? Well, because they're at least putting it contractually, or here they're at least declaring it, and then they say learn more. Enterprise privacy at OpenAI. So the team product is using their enterprise privacy. So this was updated January 10th. Ownership. You own and control your data. We do not train on your business data. You own your inputs and outputs where allowed by law. You control how long your data is retained. You control who has access. Enterprise level authentication through SAML SSO. Fine-grained control over access and available features. Custom models are yours alone, right? And so teams will not have custom models, but real enterprise does. We've been audited for SOC 2 compliance. Data encryption is REST 256 in transit TLS 1.2 plus. Visit our trust portal, general FAQ. So what I would strongly suggest is read this document and then also go look at OpenAI's terms of service and make sure that they don't contradict one another. Because as of 4 months ago, they did. But I think with the enterprise stuff, the terms of service are different. So Teams probably has its own terms of service. All right. Earth Rocker subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Earth Rocker. All right, so let's go look at what GPTs are. So we're going to come back to this. So here's some GPTs we're going to go look at that some AI Salon members have made. But if you're like, but Kyle, I don't know what a GPT is. What's a GPT? Is that ChatGPT? Is ChatGPT a GPT or is the GPT a ChatGPT? I don't understand what's a GPT. Why do they call them GPTs? Is that the same as a bot? Is this a bot? Is this a bot? Is this a bot? These are very good questions. They're very good questions. There's no need for you to ask them that many times in a row, but very good questions. Will we have folders for organizing? That's what I want. Not right now. I think you can do folders if you archive your chats. I think you can organize your archive chats by folder. But dude, who was that? A human being? I think you're a woman, actually. Woman, lady, dudette. You still can't search your prompt history in ChatGPT. What the hell is going on? Oh, Comp KSU just bought some Blantons? Lucky. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I think you have to pay for the whole year up front. Only if you want $25 a month. You can go month to month for $30 a month. All the files we upload and such. How do they securely store it? That's in that thing I just read. Oh, damn. I wonder how they store it, though. They just talked. Well, it's stored on Azure. So the way that when Microsoft did a $10 billion investment into OpenAI, they weren't cutting them a check. They were saying, you've got credits, GPU credits and storage credits for all your data on Microsoft Azure servers. So that data is stored on real iron and with real security. The problem was the initial ChatGPT that was free. They're like, well, you're getting it for free. So in exchange for that, we're going to use your data to train this thing. Team, this version right here, and the enterprise version are the answer to businesses going, well, we're not going to use your shit if you're going to train on all our data, because our private data and our clients' data, that is not appropriate. And ChatGPT was like, or OpenAI was like, yeah, we'll get to it. And then they launched Enterprise over the summer, or in the fall, early fall. But you had to be spending like 10 or 15 grand a month to even be considered for it. And then, and so now this is sort of enterprise mini, right, for the rest of us. So I think it's good. I think you have to pay for the whole year up front. Nope, you don't. For sure, they're using all of the data. Mothership, we have folders. So this is a family plan. It's a group plan. It's a team plan. You could use it for a family. I think your family'd have to be using ChatGPT a fuck ton to want to do multiple things. I think you can also collaborate on GPTs with the team model. They always lie. Yeah, exactly. Meta Victory. That was the thing where they added in an option. So, okay, look. Within your settings, there's a thing called data controls. In data controls, you can turn off chat history and training. Okay? So that's been there for a while. When you don't turn it off right now, because if you turn off chat history, it will kill your prompt history. It'll delete it. So if you want to turn this off, you can turn it off, but make sure you export your data or you'll lose your entire prompt history. So I've kept mine on because I don't want to lose my prompt history. You have dum-dums, and they know that. So in their terms of service agreement, it says for ChatGPT, they can use your data. They default to being able to use it. I think they're going to have different terms of service for this agreement. All right? So it's yeah. That's correct, Cat Daddy decals. All right. So anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. GPTs. ChatGPT. All right. So you got your ChatGPT, right? And think of ChatGPT as the Swiss Army knife. It's a large language model. You can ask it about anything. It can do anything. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. And it hallucinates and does everything really shitty. It's all of those. It's all of that. What a GPT is a customized, think about like a mini version of that. You take some small little piece of that and you customize it and put it in a little custom wrapper, and you can share it just like you share an iPhone app or an Android app. You can share a GPT, and it's got a particular function. So let me go grab one of mine here. I'll do Dream. All right, so there's Dreamweaver. Has that gotten stolen yet? No, I don't think so. Sin City Sipper's been stolen up one side and down the other. So this is Dreamweaver. So it looks just like ChatGPT because it really is ChatGPT, but think of it like this is a pre-prompted version of ChatGPT. So I can say, I had a dream. And rather than ChatGPT like just answering generally about dreams, it responds, I'm here to help you explore your dream. Can you describe it in detail? What was the first thing you remember happened in the dream? I was sitting in a rowboat in a pond at night, and all of a sudden, the boat lunged backwards and a wall of water consumed me. That was an actual real dream I had in college. It was terrifying, and I still remember it to this day.
You can make money with ChatGPT!
And then this will ask you a few questions, and then at some point it'll actually visualize the dream. So a GPT is just a specific little version of that. So let's go back over to show and tell, and this is a list of GPTs that have been put in here. So from Ryan, GPT good news. Good News GPT is a beacon of positivity in the digital world. The AI model specializes in curating. So this is from William Besling. specializes in curating and generating heartwarming, uplifting news, stories, and content. this is this is good. No one will use this because people only like catastrophe news, which is what the news organizations have figured out. Do you remember John Krasinski when COVID first happened? He did the good news show. It was really good. But then nobody watched it. Whether you're tired of negative headlines or simply seeking a dose of inspiration, Good News GPT delivers stories of human kindness. What's a good news story in science? Can you show me a positive image? Oh, this is really cool. What's the weather forecast in my area? Write a cheery story for me. All right, let's look at a good news story in science. Doing research with Bing, so it's connected to the internet. Searching positive science news stories. So again, he's got it prompted in such a way that it, just looks for the good stuff. Protected areas for elephants in Africa. Advancing chimeric lung generation. They're making progress in creating functional lungs using interspecies chimeric animals using rat-derived stem cells in mice. Significant step towards a viable option for lung transplantation. Awesome. Very, very cool. So 7 super positive news stories. Or science stories. And what do we hear in science all the time? Oh, the nuclear power plant melted down. This caught on fire. That happened. This horrible thing happened. This is good. And then, wait, I want to go back and start over because one of them was, can you show me a positive image? I think that's a really interesting prompt. So this creating image. So he's using Bing Image Creator. So he's got this prompted in such a way. Who knows how he prompted it? Who cares, right? You click a button and it's going to make us a nice positive image. Aw, look at that. See how positive that is? See, I'm so twisted. I would say create a positive image and I'd put something dark in it. It would be all this on the surface and there'd be like a little goblin peeking over the hill back here. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I would love to be able to search through my GPTs. So, Lisa Torres, if you go to the ChatGPT app, you can. So, here, look. There's the ChatGPT app. Look in the upper corner. See where it has a magnifying glass and it has the word search? Why can't they add that to the website? You're waiting for an answer? It's because they can. They just haven't. I know why they haven't added it. And it's sad. It's really sad. You want to know why? Sam Altman knows I want a search feature on the website. It is common knowledge in here. Sam Altman is jealous of me. I'm sorry, I got a little choked up. Sam Altman is jealous of me. And so all of us are suffering because I'm so beautiful. And he's jealous of me. And so he hasn't added the search functionality to the website. And I keep sending him emails and I send him texts because I have his phone number. Anyway, I apologize. It is my fault there's not a search bar on the ChatGPT website. It's very sad. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. But I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And doggone it, people like me. And scene. Ah! I don't know why they haven't added fucking search to it. It's ridiculous. We're going to train this thing on all of the output of humanity combined. Could we have a search for our chat history? Not just yet. Let us get to all of humanity first, okay? Okay? You're making me cry. I hope it's a good cry. Oh. And actually, that's true. Sam's on his honeymoon right now. I forgot. He got married this weekend, or this week. Yeah, he's on his honeymoon. So maybe when he gets back from his honeymoon, he'll reconsider and add the fucking search bar. Maybe Greg Brockman could do it while Sam's away. Oh, so how do we submit our GPT to the store? Okay, so here's how you do that. Let me pull up one of mine. Storybook Sketcher, I think, is one of mine. Yeah. Okay. So you go edit GPT. So there's a couple of things that you need to do to be able to put your first thing you need to do is you need to verify your builder profile. So you go to your settings, and then in your settings, there's builder profile. And you have to have either your name, so it pulls your name from your billing information. So when you create a GPT, it's like Sin City Sipper by Kyle Shannon. So it's whatever name is in your billing information. Or you have to validate your website. So you need to do one of those two things. The other thing that they just added here, which is really cool, is receive feedback emails at your email address. And so if you turn this on in your builder profile, people can give you feedback from your GPTs. I actually got an email today. I think it was from one of the irregulars, but it was still pretty cool. So that has to happen first. So you have to have your builder profile validate or like activated. If you want it to say by your companyname.com instead of by your personal name, you have to verify your domain. And how you do that, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So basically, you add a new domain. So I've got kyleshannon.com, I've got storyvine.com. I haven't verified either of them. But to verify them, you click on this verify button, and it gives you this code. And then you put that code in a text record at your on your DNS. So you basically need access to your registrar that hosts your domain name. You go to the DNS records, you add a text record, you paste that value into it, and then it can verify it. And once it verifies it, then your GPT will say by your domain name rather than by your personal name. I sent a support email to you, Kyle. Oh, great. Thank you, Suzanne. That was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, but this is the first step. Okay. Now, when you're creating your GPT, you're in edit mode and you've done all your configuring and you've turned on all your stuff and you've uploaded your knowledge and all the happy stuff you've done. When you go to save it, there's 3 options to save a GPT. There's only me, there's anyone with a link, and then there's everyone. If you save it to everyone, it will be listed in the GPT store. Okay? Now, do not expect that people are going to be able to just stumble upon your GPT because the way they're doing it right now, I think is pretty screwy. But let's go look at the GPT store. So how you get to the GPT store is at GPT, this little button that says Explore GPTs, that's the GPT store. So this is it here. There are different categories. So this is not dissimilar to Poe's bot store. Explore bots, I think they call it on Poe, P-O-E. There's different categories, like here's DALL-E, here's writing. But do you notice what they're doing? This is just one long scrollable list of the different categories. So for each category, they're just kind of, I guess they have an editorial team that's like grabbing shit and putting it in here. So if I go to lifestyle, which is where my Sin City Sipper is, let's see if they got it. Nope. And I'll go see more. So they're showing up to 12 GPTs per category, right? So this is crappy. Why is it crappy? Repeat after me. Everything in AI right now are janky pieces of shit. Janky pieces of shit. So the GPT store right now is a janky piece of shit. These sections will likely get more robust and more interesting, just like the Apple App Store did. But right now, it's just, if you get listed in one of these things, good for you. I think you have to have more than 1,000 uses of your GPT to even be considered, and blah, blah, blah. At some point, I don't know when that point is, they're going to incorporate, and maybe it's in there now, I don't know. How they're going to make their money on this thing is more people subscribing to ChatGPT Plus, the $20 a month thing. If you've got a GPT that is popular, that's getting lots of views, you get rev sharing, where they'll give you money for some percentage of the incremental subscriptions to GPT-4 that these things generate. I wouldn't hold your breath right now. we don't know when that's coming or how it's going to actually work. But it's possible that
You can make money with ChatGPT.
it's also possible that not. So but get it listed here. Here's why being in this store is important. This very well could become like the Apple App Store. Like, it really becomes a big deal. It's also possible it becomes just no one uses it, right? This is, But in creating these things, you're going to learn, how to make AI applications that are valuable to people, right? And you're going to learn how to market them. It's going to be no different than any other thing, except it's so easy to make these things that a lot of people who do not have software development skills are now actively making sophisticated AI applications for other people, which is incredibly powerful. All right, let's see. Thank you for your service to mankind. Of course. Yes, I feel just this side of Neil Armstrong. But we have fun. There's a Sarah Silverman joke in there somewhere. We have fun. She's got this line about the crazy straw of her brain. It was something about her boyfriend. That whole routine. Oh, yeah, I can't. I can't say that on here. I'll get banned on TikTok for sure. You can't say actual comedy on this channel. Absolutely not. If you accidentally show lady parts for half a second, you get permabanned on this app. That happened to me. Oh man. I'll tell Sam to call you tomorrow to work things out. Thanks, Digital Danny. We gotta Sam and I'll work it out. I'm not worried. It's like, I understand. I found out he was on his honeymoon, but you're going to your chat TMZ. Exactly. Oh man. If I were Sam, I'd be afraid to leave town right now. Daily affirmations with Stuart Smiley. We're old. It's so true. We're so old. That Stuart Smiley thing, I assume people know what the hell I'm talking about. There's well, some of the Gen Xers in here obviously get it. Yay, I finally got power again. Oh, good for you, Rudy. That's awesome. Still reeling from Thanksgiving. My GPT says built by community builder Y. Okay. So here's so the reason, Rudy, is that you don't have your builder profile activated. There is a bug that I think Silver Fox is still dealing with this. There's a bug that if you that something seems to get screwed up in your billing information, that they can't pull the first name from your billing information or something like that. It says that your GPT is built by a community builder. So first go to your builder profile, see if you can activate it, see if you can validate a website. If that fails, you've got that bug. So I'd say reach out to support. Get on the OpenAI Discord and bitch about it, because that's been around long enough now. They should fucking fix it. Like that, and having a search thing. They should get their shit together, because that's some fairly basic stuff that if you've got a community that's building software on your platform and you're making it impossible for them to get correct attribution for the shit they're building, that's bad. That's just bad. If, for example, you can't search for your prompt history on the website, that's also bad. If you verify your domain, please note it takes 30 minutes to propagate the DNS. Ah, that's a good point, Rudy. All right. The bug is on their Excel spreadsheet. Mine is because of DNS. Oh, interesting, Silver Fox. GPTs, so easy and Joker, this is solid. GPTs, so easy, even a neurodivergent can do it. Yeah, but it's really more like so easy even an ADHDer can do it. Although like ADHD is weird because like Mackenzie Bose says he's got ADHD, and that dude can sit there and just focus and like crank through code for hours on end. I don't even know how that's possible. So, anyway. Yeah, that sucks, Silver Fox, that you've still got that bug. Can we invest in OpenAI shares? No, they're not public yet. And I assume at this point you've got to be an accredited investor. I mean, you could go hang out with Saudi investors because Sam Altman was over in Saudi Arabia trying to raise $100 billion to build a GPU factory. I don't want to buy a domain. Is there another way to do it? Well, yeah, you can just use you can use your name. One of the things that I've heard Gravity Jump is that you can actually, so where it says by Kyle Shannon, it's pulling that Kyle Shannon from the first and last name fields of my billing information. I've heard that people have changed their first and last name to whatever the fuck they want it to say, like, Jim's GPT shop as first and last name. I would think that would screw up your billing if they're validating your name against your credit card, but someone told me it didn't screw up the billing. So basically go to your settings, go to your builder profile, and then see the little green switch there. I'm using my name. I'm not using the website. I think this is an either or. You can either use your name or you can use the website. And that name, you can't edit it here, but it comes from your billing details. So if I go to, where are my billing details? I go to my plan. And then your billing details are in your subscription. So, and actually what's interesting is if you upgrade to Teams, I wonder what the GPTs say. Do the GPTs probably say like a GPT by Storyvine if I do it for my company. That's actually interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. All right, let's pop back over and look at another GPT. So from Stacy from Just Me and the Trees, ChatGPT companion garden like a boss. Get tailored advice on plant compatibility. Compatibility. What's going on with my tongue? On plant compatibility, organic pest control, nurturing soil. Jesus. Okay, it's getting late, people. The tongue is just gone. Nurturing soil health. Companion gardening AI, eco-friendly. Click here to start. Bang. I love these GPTs that start with click here to start. You're treating it like an application, which it is. I like it. Great. Let's start by planning. First, I'd like to know about the size of the garden you're interested in planting. I'm going to go football field sized. We're not fucking around here in Denver. Let's see. A football field-sized garden is quite large and offers ample space for a diverse range of plants. Next, could you tell me the location? Denver. Thank you for specifying Denver. Now, do you know what kind of soil you have in your, I'm going to say, gravelly loam. I don't know what loam is, but I know it's a soil term. Gravelly loam soil in Denver is good to know. That type of soil typically offers decent drainage and can be quite fertile, making it suitable for a variety of plants. Next, you have specific plants that you like. Pretty flowers and gourds. This is so not how you anticipated people would use your GPT, Stacy. Lovely choice. Focusing on flowers and gourds will create a vibrant and productive garden. How many hours of sunlight does your garden get each day? We'll do 3. There's a lot of trees around this football field. Are there any specific animals or pests? Hedgehogs and singing dogs. But anyway, you can see where this is going. I think Champy's got to go out. Speaking of singing dogs. Lastly, is there anything else you want to tell me before I create your plan? Let's see. Organize plants every 10 yards. There's plan. Searching my knowledge. Okay, now I'll prepare a garden plan that incorporates these elements. So it used its knowledge base. Impatiens, begonias, foxgloves, pansies, and hellebores. I don't even know what those are. Gourds, small ornamental gourds, and bush-type squash. Layout. Next steps. Let me see if she's got image generation on. Can you visualize my garden? Let's see. Creating image. All right, I'll be back. Let me let the doggy out. You gotta go out? You wanna go out, buddy? Your doggy wants to say hi. Wait, did it do it? That seems like too much work. I think I'm just going to go to the grocery store. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, let's go look at another GPT. That's a cool one, Stacy. All right, these are fun. Fusion Contemporary. What's this one do? Lillian Ho. Oh, these are a bunch of hers. Office Garden. Stained Glass Muse. That sounds cool. Enlighten Me About a Business. Art Fusion. Quilting Muse. I don't know if Becky Rue's in here. Becky's got a quilting GPT as well. Try Stained Glass Muse. Show me a stained glass with Valentine's Day. Oh, that's actually an interesting idea. So show me something with Valentine's Day. So she's updating her GPT for the seasons, right? So these things don't have to stay static, right? They can be an ongoing effort. I think that's really cool. Create a stained glass of a panda eating something. Show me stained glass art of a skeleton cartoon. All right. Intriguing idea. Why did you think of this approach? I like spooky. This channel is really just me entertaining myself, isn't it? It's just this is just a public descent into madness is all this channel is. It's just oh man, what are 3 of your favorite colors? Magenta, black, and lime green. What year were you born? This is gonna suck. 1965. I'm old, people. I'm an old motherfucker. What regional influences do you want to include? North America, South America, Asia. What regional influences? Bayou. Let's get some New Orleans. Let's get some New Orleans going on. Go out to the swamp. Oh yeah. Go down to the bog there. You been back to the bog. The bog's nasty. Ooh, that is kind of New Orleans-y. With magenta, purple, and black. That works. Super cool. Here's one of the things that I'm actually decently inspired by with this image generation stuff. There's a bunch of GPTs now that do kind of specific outputs like quilts, stained glass, iced cookies, cakes, bouquets, right? All different things that can exist in the real world. One of the things I'm most excited about is people using these tools to inspire themselves to make stuff in the real world. That we're just going to see an explosion of creativity. That I'm really excited about. Does anybody know if we can verify ChatGPT on a GoDaddy website from their web builder? You verify, so you don't verify your domain from the web builder. You verify your domain from basically domain management. Like when you go into GoDaddy and you go to your domains, there's a button called DNS, domain name server. You click on that button and that will take you into the DNS records. And then you just say add a record and it'll give you a series of types of records. TXT is one of them. A text record is one of them. And that's what you have to add. So you're not adding it to your website. You're actually adding it at the DNS level, which is a bit of a pain in the ass that they're making you do that. I understand why they're doing it, but, for a tool that purports to be for non-geeks, all of a sudden you're having to go edit your DNS fucking records. That seems a little geeky to me, boys. GPT to act as a pair programmer in R. We did that one yesterday. All right, cool. All right, so that was GPTs. Oh, listen, it's 10:30, people. Listen, what? I can't be here this late. What are you people doing with my life? So I think Steve-O's still driving. Steve-O's still like, I'm in listen only mode. I can't contribute my pithy wit like I normally do. Oops, I'm getting pulled over. Hello, Ossifer. I was just listening to this TikTok channel. Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car. I was driving to my kids to a doctor appointment one day. I was on a work call. And I was doing like 50 in a 35 zone. And it was really fucked up because it was like really wide roads. So they made it look like 50 mile an hour zone. So I'm just like on my call, being like professional like. Not paying attention to things like, are there cops around and are there speed limits? And so I get pulled over. So I mute the call and talk to the cop, but I couldn't hear them, but I didn't turn off my microphone. So they heard the whole thing. So I come back from getting pulled over and I come back onto the call and they're like, hey, how was it getting pulled over? I was like, oh shit, did you hear that? Yeah, what are you going to do? He parked a while ago. I'm here, buddy. Nice. I'm glad. See. Oh, Share Bear, thank you very much. I love the dangly lights. I knew Steve-O couldn't stay away. He's like, I'm in listen only mode. I'm driving. I'm not going to participate tonight. I know he couldn't do that. Or today. He's in Australia. They've got different, they say words weird. They're like it's like a whole different country. It's like they're like, we're a continent. It's just a whole different thing down there. Anyway, they call it down under. I don't know if you knew that. Steve and Drew, if you're here, down under is a very U.S. centric kind of thing, isn't it? Like you got your globe and like we're on the top and then Australia's down under. Well, if you're down there, Well, maybe we're down under from your point of view. Maybe your globe is upside down. Is your globe upside down? These are the kind of deep probing questions that we need to ask in this channel. This can't just all be about AI and we love fake George Carlin. We have to ask, we have to think critically. Critical thinking is going to be the skill of the future. Why do we call it down under? Is that derogatory? Is it US centric? Of course it is, because we're the fucking best. But we should at least be aware that we're being assholes. Don't you think? All right, I'm going to leave. I'm going to start my half-hour goodbye now. Let me just answer some more things. Same globe, metaphorically speaking, you're on top. America's a top. That's pretty good. Is your globe upside down? You go to Australia and you're just like, why do all these countries look weird? It spins the other direction. You're just like, where's the U.S.? Why is Florida pointing up? It looks like a penis. That's good comedy right there. That's it. You could do a whole 15 minutes on the globe being upside down. I visited Australia and I went to the globe store. What the hell's going on here? You can only spin them one direction. I knew about the toilet thing, but these globes. Oh. Woo! It's not US centric. It's Commonwealth centric. The phrase developed in England. Hair growth geek. Coming in with some actual facts. Again, I try to avoid facts when at all possible, but that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Coolest thing you found in the store. I actually haven't dug deep in the store right now. The GPTs that I'm liking right now are the GPTs that don't assume you know what to do when you get there. They don't assume you know what to ask. So they like, I like the ones that say, start here, click here to start. What do? I want to make a stained glass window. And then they walk you through a process. So I like that. I like ones that quickly get to digging into a specific knowledge base or doing a web search so that you get that this is more than just ChatGPT. Just because it's so easy to put these things together. You could have a GPT that's basically just like a single prompt sitting on top of ChatGPT. That's not super interesting. So I like ones that demonstrate to me early that they're doing something beyond just GPT. And then the ones that I'm really digging right now are the ones that do visuals, like Sin City Sipper gives you drink recipes, but the fact that it makes those really cool drinks, or Corey Sandler's eyeglass things, or the quilt making ones, or the cookie making ones, those to me are just fun because they're like, they tend to be things that I wouldn't think of. Right? Or I don't have a passion for. But like someone who's super into stained glass, or like Corey Sandler's pottery one, she's got this one that does glazing recipes for pottery that, if you know anything about pottery, it's got to be super bitchin' cool because it's like mixing together all sorts of fucking minerals and crazy ass shit to make glazes in pottery. I don't know anything about that, but I used it and it generated a recipe that meant nothing to me, but I'm like, can I see what this looks like? And it made this beautiful fucking pot with this glaze on it. So like, it becomes an education tool in a really fun way. So I like those a lot. So thanks, Mr. Shannon, for another great morning. Absolutely, Rudy. Have a great day. I thought the Earth was flat. That's a different session. We'll do that one on the weekend. we'll do the proof the Earth is flat GPT. I bet there's one in there. I bet there's 10 in there. Oh my God, this is why I can't stay away. Someone play him off. Let's finish off with some show and tell. That's a good idea. All right, let's do some show and tell. All right, Champy's back. What are you doing? You bored? You bored? What is with you? Huh? Fatty, did she give you cheese? Did you have cheese? Is that why you're fat? Do you like cheese? Oh, you're so big. Look at that belly. It's almost on the ground. Oh, you're so fat. Oh, you're so fat. Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh, it's such a good dog. Oh, that's such a good dog. Oh, that's such a good puppy. All right. Sorry. I'm Canadian, eh? Okay, someone added TXT to their thing. Great. Can we have it integrate... Wait, can we integrate Pi into our GPTs? I don't think so. If there's... If Pi's got an API, you might be able to do it with APIs. But I don't know. I actually don't know on that one. Concept electric vehicle from Honda showcased at CES 2024. Oh, that's cool. ChatGPT feedback on GPT, not safe for work bot. You receive feedback for your not safe for work bot. It does not allow not safe for work content. Joker. Oh, that's nice. Is that a Sin City sipper? Yeah, very cool. Hazelnut liqueur, hot water, black tea bag, vanilla syrup. That actually sounds good. Dag. Very nice. Irrational Fears GPT. I told it I was afraid of waffles. Oh, there's Sam's wedding. Very nice. Very nice. Homage to Sam. I like it. Neurospicy. Very good. Kyle Shannon. Best crying scene. Thank you very much. That was I dug deep for that one. I went back to the well. Oh, GPT, I wish I could quit you. Oh man. Oh, that's cool. Who did that? QTJ. I like that, Jake. That's nice. Corey Sandler. That's the iconic one. You should go play with that one. Corey's iconic. That one's really fun. All right. Oh, that one's cool too. Is that Corey's as well? The Imaginarium with the crazy animals. Yeah, I did that. I did a couple of cool animals with that one today. Again, these ones that generate stuff are really fun. Blanton's very nice. Shannon House of Ill Repute. Beautiful. King Champ. Oh man. AGI is coming. Are you ready? Joker. Joker and his disturbing llamas, the homeless llamas that have taken over. Actually, you know what's funny, Joker, is this has like an aesthetic clarity, kind of like Planet of the Apes. Like I could see this actually being a movie. It's just like they're so cool. These images are just so like, ooh, wouldn't want to see that in a back alley. AI learning lab for wandering animals. Oh, these are disturbing. They're all melded together. Clippy 2.0. Nice. AI Salon. All right, everybody. Listen, I am out of here. Thank you all tonight. I hope you had fun. Nice. Corey with the llama wearing glasses. It's a solid hack on your own GPT. All right. To the mods and the irregulars and my subscribers and AI Salon people, thank you. You all rock. Let's do a little romper room here. Just got successfully authorized. Rudy, awesome, fantastic. He did his Text record DNS update. Congrats. Steve-O, peace out, buddy. Glad you made it home. JRC, good to see you. Be not afraid. Digital Gods, Lord Digital Gods. A human being, Sharebear, thank you. Edgar, Lorax, Source Camp, hanging out. Suzanne, thank you. Rockstars one and all. Joker, always joking. You know why Joker was quiet tonight? Well, he wasn't. He's never quiet. He's Joker. But listen, because he was off watching the George Carlin special. He's like, I've had enough of this Kyle nonsense. I'm going to go listen to fake George Carlin. And he did. He left. And he just came back at the end to harass me. That's how he rolls. Tom Gucci even created an image of himself checking his glucose. All right, everybody. Hair Growth Geek, good to see you. Debbie. All right. Good to see everybody. Peace out. Hope you had fun tonight. Had a good time. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Date night. All right. See you there. It's just like this, only it's Friday. Bye.